came with my family. We're visiting the city from Baltimore, and we were just interested in the museum and American history.
I wanted to come to the museum, of course. We are black folk in America, and wanted to come and see the exhibit.
I'm visiting from Holland, and I'm very interested in American history.
To see my Today I Am Here book.
Point it out to him. Where is it?
Which one is it?
This one.
We're here as a part of the family celebration today.
Well, this show, I Want the Wide American Earth, is actually our show. It's the one that we put together, celebrating the contributions of Asian Pacific Americans to the American story. It consists of 30 banners. I think it tells a story about America. And by doing that, it deepens our understanding of how the different communities in the United States have come to make this country so great.
It was humbling and reminiscent of the progress that's been made, but also really, I struggled a lot because there is a lot of work to do. Things that people were struggling with 50 and 100 years ago are things that we're still struggling with. We are a country that still operates from a strong racial and class bias, and it was really interesting for me to see how current some of those things are.
This was worn by Betty Reed. Betty was one of the first international adoptees, and we collect objects like this. And this is a really wonderful piece. It's called a hanbok, H-A-N-B-O-K, and it is a dress that's worn by a Korean girl on her first birthday. Everything is just beautiful.
There are a lot of really incredible musicians from Hawaii that are trying very hard to not only perpetuate the Hawaiian culture in music, but also they're exploring the boundaries of music too. So any of the musicians from Hawaii would be who I admire.
You know, the list goes very long. I think that if you come and see the banner, you'll see how Asian Pacific Americans have struggled in lots of ways to be able to be part of the American dream. Like all immigrant communities, a land of opportunity is often an experience of hardship. And the title, I Want the Wide American Earth, is by a poet named Carlos Bugason. And you know, when I think about it, he's someone who really fascinates me as a character. He was born in the Philippines soon after the Philippine-American War, and then he saw America as a land of opportunity. And so he went to America, but life here wasn't as opportune as he thought. And rather than feel cynical about things, he actually started writing poems and stories. And I Want the Wide American Earth is a poem that talks about how America is this wonderful beacon, and it is a place and a home for Asian Pacific Americans.
Well, my dad immigrated in the 70s, I believe. Wait, no, actually, yeah, in the 70s. He was 21. And he told me when he got here, the first day he got here, he literally had to work on a roof for the first day. He literally got off the plane, his dad gave him all these pesos, and apparently it was only a few dollars. And he had to work the minute he got off the plane. He eventually got his college education, but I think my brother was just born when he got it, so it was 15 years later.
My daughter, who's 10 now, was adopted from Beijing, China. So she immigrated to this country in 2004.
You know, I personally think that the banners themselves contain the textures of the immigration story. I don't think there's a typical one, and I believe mine's far from typical. But I think that those people, you know, the voices that are contained in this exhibition, I Want the Wide American Earth, show how immigration takes multiple forms. Some of it easy, some of it hard.
America means opportunity, freedom, a way of life that I think isn't afforded to people anywhere else on the globe.
America means a beautiful country with lots of culture and especially nature.
America means equal opportunity for everyone, in my opinion.
It is land of the free. I mean, we went to the Holocaust Museum yesterday, and I could just really understand how grateful we should be, the life that we live here. It's just too many opportunities. You have to look at that stuff to realize what other people have gone through.
I tell you what it comes down to, right? That you ask yourself, even when you're at your most sort of desperate and disappointed moment, would you live somewhere else? And the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't. It's in many ways an amazing country with great culture and history and a lot of challenges. And so what America means to me, it is a place of practice, a place where we now get a chance, as our forebears did before us, to practice democracy and to do the hard work of creating a space and place for those that will come after us.
When you think of yourself every day in the sense of who am I in this world, right? What am I going to wear? All those choices compose who you are. So being an Asian Pacific American means that I am joined by a large set of communities, that there are some commonalities that link our voice, but also not just specific to Asian Pacific Americans, but also other communities in America. I think that's what makes America so much different than other countries, is that our story is shared. The fabric is reflected through multiple faces and experiences.
Tessie.